for joining me today. We're going to do just a really quick explanation of your working with groups online webinar or 2-day workshop that's coming up in May. So I wanted to ask you, basically, who is this for?
Yes, it's lovely to meet with you, Tally. Thank you. So this workshop is for a really broad variety of people. So maybe for therapists, people are already delivering various different kinds of therapy. People that are interested in CFT, maybe people that are think about setting up therapeutic groups, for example, in schools. This seems to be something that's happening a lot in the context of COVID. Maybe people within nursing or occupational therapy. So you don't need to have a therapy qualification to come to this workshop. So I'm trying to keep this really broad, and what I'm wanting to do is offer a spectrum, so offer the training right across the spectrum, so that we'll be perhaps offering some sort of ways of working if you're running maybe shorter term groups or just getting started, all the way through to running things that are perhaps more exploratory psychotherapy, and beginning to think about how we do that online. So really broad, I would say.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Well, what can people, I suppose, if they're thinking about signing up, what can they expect to get from the training? Okay,
so my trainings are very practical and experience-based. So what I would be offering is an opportunity to really step into personal practice. So all of the workshop will be set up around with personal practices at its heart. So there will be an opportunity to try some of the breathing practices, also to try delivering them. So there'll be opportunities to practice, and then for ourselves, and then there'll be opportunities to actually have a go at delivering breathing practices to begin to work in small groups. We're going to be using a lot of the breakout spaces that are available on Zoom. So I'll be doing some short segments of teaching, and I'll be doing some role play demonstrations, followed by opportunities for practice and discussions. But I think for me, the value of this is that because I'm offering a training in working with groups online, my intention is to offer all of the participants, all the delegates on this training, people will go away with a felt sense of what it's like to be in a group online. So we'll be using some of these great little Zoom functions where you can spotlight people and we can run some experiential groups so that people really get a flavour of what it's like to be in a group, which I think is fundamental if you're then beginning to consider running a group online. So that's what the kind of flavour of the whole training.
You know, I always find that your trainings are so experiential that people feedback and they always say, I've just used this, I've just left, the next day they go in and they're able to use it with their clients. And so will there be things like that where they could actually take something away? Would there be a resource pack available for them?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Tally. Yes, absolutely. My hope is that people go away from this training with practical tools, things that they can actually begin to use in their clinical work. There will also be a digital resource pack that will contain what I think is hopefully everything that people will need to go away and begin to set up compassion focused therapy and or compassionate mind training groups at whatever level people are going to be working at, and also having had a felt sense of being in group, and also felt an opportunity to practice some of the ways that we bring compassion to life. So yes. And I'm presuming also you're going to record this, aren't you, for not the bits in the breakout rooms, but the open discursive and the training aspect, so that people can actually watch some of those role play demonstrations over again to settle in with the practices.
Yes, and so there will be a recording available, and if we have people maybe from different time zones, that means that they can access it as well. So, I mean, it sounds amazing, and I can't wait. It's May 17th and 18th, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much for talking to me today, and see you then.
No worries, my pleasure, Sally. See you later.